Aleda. I'm going to Florence for my study abroad year. And today I'm going to be making gnocchi with pomodoro sauce. My recipe is from Delalo. And we're going to start off with extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just going to go pour that, and then I'll see you back in a second. So now I'm going to set this to about a medium high heat, and we're going to pour in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and then also another 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so next we're going to use some fresh herbs. So I have basil, parsley, oregano, and rosemary. We're using 2 stems of rosemary and basil and 4 stems of the parsley and oregano. So I'm just going to go over here and wash these off. We're going to put our herbs into the olive oil so that the olive oil can get a nice seasoning to it. In about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to take them out and then continue with the sauce. In a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and take out the herbs. So I'm just going to be using half of a yellow onion and 3 garlic cloves. Okay, so we're going to be cooking the onions and the garlic for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the onions become transparent. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our crushed tomato sauce. So I'm going to add in the crushed tomatoes. Okay, and then I'm also going to add in some black pepper. I like a little bit more pepper, and then also some salt as well. And then also we're gonna add in some red pepper flakes. Just gonna a little sprinkle. And I think just a little bit more black pepper for good measure. Okay, and we're just gonna let that sit there for around 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll see you back when it's done. Okay, so the sauce has about 5 more minutes left to cook. And so now I'm going to get started on my gnocchi, and I'm going to fill up this pot with some water, and then we're going to go ahead and get that cooking. So we also have another pot of water boiling so that I can make some gluten-free gnocchi for my mom. But we're just going to wait for this to boil, and then I'm going to just season it with some salt and then pop the gnocchi in. Okay, so we're using Giorusa potato gnocchi. That's what it looks like. So I'm still waiting for my water to boil, but I'm going to go ahead and put the gluten-free gnocchi in right now. The last addition that we need to make to the sauce is adding in a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Give it a little stir, and then we're going to take that off of the heat.
Oh, that looks good.
So the water from mine just started boiling, and you can see that the gluten-free ones have started to rise to the top, so we're about to strain that out in a second, but I'm going to put these in to the water. So now that these have risen to the top, I'm going to go ahead, take it off the heat, it's a lot of water, and strain it. So this is a little too heavy for me to do, so my dad's just gonna help me pour these out. Go ahead and add it into the sauce. Okay. So we're using these mozzarella balls, and we're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle some in. Now we're going to go ahead and sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese as well. And we're just going to let that broil for about 5 to 6 minutes. And I will see you back in just a second. While the cheese is cooking in, we're just going to roll up some basil and cut it up. So now that it's done cooking, I'm going to go ahead and just make a plate of it.
Look looks so good.
Now that I have it all plated, I'm just gonna go ahead and top it off with some fresh basil. Okay, and that's it. I had a great time making this. Hopefully it'll taste good. It's my first taste of it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Nice.
Really good. What do you guys think of it?
Oh my gosh, so fresh.
It takes me back to Venice. It really
It's
does.
back to our honeymoon. Right?
It's so good.
So delicious.
It's so good.
Wow.
Okay, I just finished making my meal and I have the answers to the prompts that were given to us. So the history of gnocchi, it dates back to Roman times when they used semolina flour and eggs, and it was known as an inexpensive peasant dish. In the 16th century, potatoes were introduced to Italy, and since they grew really well in northern Italy, they started using potatoes for their gnocchi instead of the flour. I chose to make this dish because my great-grandmother always made gnocchi for us when we were growing up. She was from Hungary, and then my other great-grandmother was from northern Italy, so she also made it. And so for the third question, I went grocery shopping on my own, and the only thing that was kind of difficult to find were the fresh herbs. The other stuff is pretty mainstream. For the fourth question, I showed all of my steps in the videos, and I thought they were pretty straightforward. They were really easy to follow. The fifth question was the gnocchis tasted amazing. It was really good. I made it for my parents as well, and I made a gluten-free alternative for my mom too, and they both loved it. And the last question was if I would make it again, and I would definitely make this dish again in Italy, and I would definitely order it again. So, hope you enjoyed my video. I had a great time making it. Okay, bye.